Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Love the Ones You're With. I love this series. It's always a really bright spot in my day. Truth be told, I woke up a little bit in a funk this morning, just having one of those blue days, like we do, just one of those days. And then I remembered that today was Love the Ones You're With Day, and it just made me smile. So thank you for all of you that have been watching this and that are reaching out and just really enjoying the series as much as I am, so I really appreciate you. Secondly, one thing I should tell you is that my building is supposed to have a fire test this morning, and it is very likely that, of course, it will be in exactly the 10 minutes when this happens. So if that happens, we'll just roll with it and see how it goes. So I'm really, really excited to be joined today by the amazing and lovely Jenn Shields. I see that it is adding her. Takes just a second. There you are.
Good morning. Sorry, I'm just going to get propped in my tripod here so I can have my hands. I'm great. How are you? So nice to be here.
So something you don't know is that when I started doing this series, something you may not know is that 4 different people reached out to me privately and said, you need to have Jenn on this series. 4.
Oh my gosh, really? What an honor.
Yes. And we weren't friends on Facebook, so I had to Facebook friend you for this. But 4 different people said you are the one to interview. So I'm really excited to have you join me today.
Oh man, I'm so excited to be here. And I love the series. It's so fun.
Thanks. Well, I'm going to let you just jump right in, introduce yourself, tell everybody where you're from, and then if you want to just talk about some of the things that just make you smile great big and things that you do to love on your clients, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you. I am Jenn Shields, and I am in Brandon, Manitoba. We're a community of about 50,000 people. We're 200 kilometers west of Winnipeg, right smack dab in the middle of the prairies. We're still full on winter here. It's about minus 30 with tons of snow. So I'm cuddled up warm in my home office today. Yeah, I'm in real estate with my husband, Brian. He's been in, oh my gosh, about 9 years now. And I want to say I joined him, went from full-time stay-at-home mom with 3 little boys to part-time real estate is maybe like 4 years ago now. And just since my youngest went to kindergarten a couple of years ago, I joined full-time. So definitely what I love about the business is connecting with people and helping people. I have a healthcare background, and so when I came into real estate, my motivation was making connections and relationships and helping people. And and my business primarily is return clientele and referrals. So how do I love all my clients? I think the first thing I do is it's just all about being authentic. If you see our social media presence, like we are who we are. What you see is what you get. You're not going to see my picture and then I show up in person and you're shocked because I don't look anything like the Photoshop picture. We lead a crazy lifestyle and we don't try and pretend that we don't. We're just authentic. And I think in doing that, it gives the clients permission to also be authentic. People, when I meet them for the first time, I feel like we kind of skip that awkward stage because we have a really large social media presence. Being authentic, so people show up and they're just like, oh, I already know Jenn, and we're right comfortable like old buddies right away. And because the real whole process of home buying and selling is very personal and it's very emotional. And I think a lot of people approach it as, transactional based. And right off the hop, I tell my clients, I'm like, this is going to be an emotional roller coaster. This is going to be a journey. Embrace it, feel all the feelings, just be okay with how you're feeling. And it's okay to get overwhelmed. And that's why I'm here. Part of my job is to be there for you to lean on if you're feeling scared or emotional or unsure. So yeah, I think that's number one. And it just carries forward, right? Because I feel like if you can be authentic with somebody right off the hop and they feel like they can do the same for you, then the connection's easy, it's seamless, and that trust is there right away. they trust you, you trust them, that they're not going to be working with 4 other agents at the same time. It's that mutual respect. And from there, it's just, I think, a friendship blossoms, and then it's easy to just carry those friendships moving forward, which, I mean, obviously benefits the business side as well.
So let me ask you a question. When when you say you have a crazy life and you're just really authentic about it, give people an example, because, everybody sort of struggles with what to put on social media and the idea of what authenticity is. Like, give us the down and dirty. What does a crazy day life look like when you're being...
So I have 3 boys. I had 3 boys in 3 years. So they are currently 7, 8, and 10. They play on 7 hockey teams. A couple of them are wrapped up now. And my husband and I are both in real estate. And I'm a busy person. I teach yoga as well. And I like CrossFit. So it's like fitting all these things into our schedule is this giant mess. And we don't pretend that we aren't doing that. So if I'm posting on social media and even interacting with my clients, like I'll be straight up and say, and we're lucky in the market that we're in because it's pretty balanced. There's not a ton of urgency. And I mean, if there is something that needs to be urgently dealt with, obviously that's priority. But for the most part, if I say to my clients, okay, you want to see this house tomorrow, I've got to run Maddox to a class, and then Brady's got a music lesson. So I could kind of either do 5:30 or after bed at 8, you pick. And they're all okay with it because we're upfront about it right off the hop. We know we're busy. And that's actually what attracts most of our clients, is they're like, we love how you are like living this crazy life, because that's how we are too. And they feel like they can connect. So yeah, a typical day for me is like, we get up, we get the kids to school, a little bit of office time. I try and get my workouts in. I teach some yoga during the day. We always make sure one of us picks the kids up at 3:30, and then it goes into crazy evening activities. And we don't try and hide that or pretend that we're just sitting at a desk all day and, available 24/7. We let our clients know we're busy, but it's not that they aren't a priority and that we won't be there for them in the ways we need them to. But I think it kind of helps to set that expectation right off the hop too, because if you're available at the drop of a pin for clients, then they get used to that, right? And why wouldn't they? So we just make sure people know that we are busy and we understand they're busy too, and we respect their time. And I think that whole like mutual respect just falls into place right away.
Awesome. I love it. And I think, it's good that when we say be authentic, that we, share examples like that, because people sometimes think, oh my gosh, like I couldn't push back and say I have this thing, and so I can't show you this house at this time because they'll go somewhere else. But the reality is setting that expectation and being able to be a real person is so important. So what else? Once you have your clients, you work a lot on repeat and referral, and what are some of the things that you do that people just rave about?
Well, I mean, we do probably a lot that most of the guests you've had on here. Definitely client events are a huge one for us. I actually find I go through like a mourning period after I'm done working with a client, because you're with them sometimes every day, and it's like this super emotional process. And then all of a sudden they move in, and you drop by with like maybe a closing gift, but then like you miss them and you feel like, okay, I just want to message you. So I mean, social media is great for that because you're able to stay connected and check in. And I mean, we love getting invited to housewarming parties, and it's so cool to see them hosting something in their beautiful property we've helped them purchase. And then the client events are great. We usually try to have a couple a year because we're a young family. We end up with lots of clients with kids, so we usually do like a kid-based party and then a grown-up based party where we can just get together and reconnect with everybody. So those are always fun. And then we use a lot of video in our business, obviously, but we also use a lot of bombs. So we'll send messages to clients for birthdays, or just sometimes checking in if we haven't, we have our group of clients that attend the parties and then some that maybe don't as much. So just even a bomb for those ones, just saying like, thinking about you, hope things are great, and just kind of connect face to face that way. And it is nice because we do live in a smaller community. A lot of our clients, we have the privilege of running into kind of in our everyday life. And I think because we live kind of that authentic life, a lot of our client base is like-minded. So maybe it's people at the gym or the moms that come to my yoga class with their little ones, the families we see at the rink, you know, so we're just kind of, we see our clients everywhere, which is awesome. But yeah, I would say client parties and Bomb for sure. And I think the other side of it too, especially for clients, I love when clients move into Brandon because like we love our community so much. We're always raving about it. But when they come in, I feel like it's such a privilege to introduce them to Brandon and all like the little hidden gems and secrets and all the best parts about our city. So I tell them right off the hop, like, I am here as your person. If you need to know where to get your hair cut, or if you need to know, you know, like what gym to go to or which restaurant's best or what to do with the kids on a rainy day, all of these things, like just call me, message me anytime. I'm happy to do that. So I know a lot of the ones that have come in have felt that that's really nice, especially when you're moving somewhere you maybe don't know anybody. Automatically, they feel like they got a friend in their corner that they can turn to help answer some of those questions.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I was talking to another realtor friend the other day, and she was saying that she was putting together like a welcome kit for new families that were coming to her town, like just like welcome wagon. So again, just like you were saying, like where to go and get your kids' haircut and where's the best dog park, you know. And I was like, that's like, I just recently moved, and I moved from the same town to the same town, like in the same town, but a different part of town that I've never lived in. And I'm kind of like finding like all these little shops and the, you know, the pretzel place across the street and all these things that I didn't know about my town. And I wanted, like, I kind of find myself even like, guys, you need to come into this part of town more often. Like, there's these things I didn't even know about. And so I love that we get to be those kind of like, you know, just ambassadors for our cities. And when we love our city, it makes other people love it too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I know we're right near military base. So we do have postings coming in and out. And more often than not, when they're posted here, especially seems to be the wives are absolutely dreading the move. Like they're like, oh, we're going to the armpit of Canada. And yeah, we hear it a lot. And so I almost make it like my personal mission, like you're going to love Brandon before you even know it, and show them all the great things about the city. And you know what they do? They end up loving it. And I mean, they usually end up going, but they're often kind of sad to leave because it is such a great little city.
Oh, that's awesome. And, you know, I can see the people that are joining the call today, and I know so many of them also work around military areas. And I think that's so special to have that opportunity to make people feel at home in a place that wouldn't normally feel like home. And they have a little bit of maybe nervousness about moving there. And, you know, I think people that deal with college towns or, you know, around hospitals and are dealing with people that are being moved for work have such an amazing opportunity to just kind of put their arms around those people and say, we'll make you part of the community. So I love that.
Yes,
so
I love it too.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I try and keep these short, and we're at 13 minutes. And I mean, I thank you so much for joining me. I know that everybody who watches these always takes away one little tidbit or one little thing, you know, that really sort of speaks to their heart and makes them feel amazing. And I just thank you for sharing your love of your town and also your love of your clients and reminding us that it's the beautiful, simple basics of just like making people feel at home. That is part of what we do. So
yes, absolutely. Thank you, Valerie. It was so great to meet you. Like I said, I feel like we kind of know each other through, you know, all these mutual friends, but it's lovely.
We have like a bazillion mutual friends.
I know. Yeah, it's such a small community, the real estate world, right?
Well, I'm hoping to get out to your part of the world very soon. And so hopefully we'll do this face-to-face. But thanks for joining me. And before I let you go, for anyone who wants to send referrals to Manitoba, anywhere in around the prairies, how can they reach you?
Just probably email is great. JENNSHIELDS @rollapage.ca. If you send it off there, or we're Shields Group with Roll a Page. So if you Google up Shields Group, you'll find us there too.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining me today. This series just makes me smile. I just appreciate you guys so much who are out there every day doing good things for your clients. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. And everybody, thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Bye.